Check it, every day we're getting it. Hey, check it, put the place up. Yeah, we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo. I'm a taster, face up. Now I feel a little major. Blink of an eye, ego, I'ma take her, shake her. Yeah, she was a born shaker. She shake me out that door to no place. Damn, why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you stabbed me in the back. Something like a rose when we came out there. We settled facts like Da Vinci. I'm breaking codes, so breaking backs. Come on, get your ass up if you're slipping. Put another smile like it was the last Christmas. Yeah.
Put your hands in the air, we'll be alright.
That's right.
You keep messing up my mind, but I love your style. And I'm loving your lips like a candy bar. I ain't kidding, I just wanna have ya. Ain't kidding, I just gotta have ya.
Girl, you like a nine-cut diamond. Every time when you put your smile on, really wanna get to know you better. Loving every minute we're together. The king, a queen to be. If I pop the question on my knees, cause you kill a competition. Got a body divine with a vision. Wanna see you move, yeah. Hurry up before I lose, yeah. I'm addicted to your hot kiss. I can't take it no more.
Put your hands in the air, we'll be alright.
Yeah.
You keep messing up my mind, but I love your style. And I'm loving your lips like a candy bar. I ain't kidding, I just wanna have ya. Ain't kidding, I just gotta have ya.
Hey, find me in the bar, I ain't going outside. In this cold ass winter, gotta roll up and out. See it from afar, got my thoughts in the sky. Where we used to kiss, sunshine, shit and wild. You gotta call me every day, pretend you're my baby. I see more real out there lately, it's crazy. Yeah, we could be the same as we claim in this kingdom shit and keep it tame. Come on, baby girl, we're not the same. Two different speeds, but we keep it one lane. Yeah, what goes around comes around. Keep 100, y'all. Do this for my soul like a dawn, but still you
Put your hands in the air, we'll be alright. You keep messing up my mind, but I love your style.
No,
And I'm loving your lips like a candy bar. I ain't kidding, I just wanna have ya. Ain't kidding, I just gotta have ya.
yeah. Starting with a little small talk. People whistling from the sidewalk. I just wanna spend some time together. And this night will keep on getting better. We step into the club. I can feel the room is full of love. Cause you play the top division. We'll be running the night, it's a mission. Yeah, wanna see you move, yeah. Hurry up before I lose, yeah. Cause I'm addicted to your hot kiss. And I can't take it no more.
Put your hands in the air, we'll be alright. You keep messing up my mind, but I love your style. And I'm loving your lips like a candy bar. I ain't kidding, I just wanna have ya. Ain't kidding, I just gotta have ya.
Yeah, Benzie Bands. Hey, today, making history.
Ain't messing around, girl. No, I want you. You know that I do.
Happy holidays, everybody, and welcome back to the OB64 Patch Note Show here for Paladins Game. My name is Rain Day, and I'm joined again by this lovely cast of fellas here to kick things started for the holiday season. I'm feeling the spirit here, guys, already.
Yeah, it's a lot of it. It's very festive.
Very festive. Kind of like a winter wonderland going on here. Of course, we got Nick Hi-Res Prettier Keogh. He's joining us, as well as Garrett, the main man lead designer here for Paladins, Hi-Res Martini, and of course, the lead art director, Thomas Holt, at Hi-Res Holt. You can find him. He's also known as like the spoil god in the community as well. I'm calling it how I see it, how everyone else sees it.
You're being very fair.
How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Big stuff.
Excited.
Big
stuff.
stuff.
We have a lot of awesome stuff to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of things happening. Of course, Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful holiday. We want to get right into the meat. There's a lot of stuff to discuss, so let's move on right away. There was something you guys were teased, actually, at the start of this patch notes.
We don't
as
tease.
Well. We don't tease. You're right.
Don't tease.
I mean, I don't tease.
You full on
spoil. I could get in trouble if I tease.
That's true.
But we full on spoil. That's right. And that is a new place to play.
Yeah, we actually teased this last patch
That's
notes,
right.
And then we had the reveal during the fall finals. Very exciting in time and stuff. So a lot of people out there have already seen it, but we have a brand new Onslaught map. So
all right, and that's the Magistrate's Archive.
Ooh,
and
gorgeous.
That just looks good.
Gorgeous.
Those vines leading all the way up. Is Jack up there?
Yeah, so obviously, you know, as many of the players have kind of surmised, this is a location that takes place inside Stone Keep. So we're going a little bit deeper into the Magistrate's Keep here, and kind of visiting their archives. And it's a really cool place. The environment team did a really good job. It's got some excellent lighting from our lighter John, and level design. Obviously, kind of what we were talking about with Foreman's Rise is this map is built from the ground up to be an Onslaught map and support that type of gameplay. So it's a lot of fun to play on. But yeah, so there's some Easter eggs in there. There's a lot of stuff in there. For us, it's always fun to kind of take you to new locations. And in this opportunity, it's a different part of kind of the same location, but a little deeper look and something that kind of ties into the overall conflict between the Magistrate, you know, Paladins, and some of the backstories for our champions that we'll be revealing later.
Conflict.
Sounds
spicy.
Conflict.
Yeah.
They fight.
Drama.
It's crazy.
In art
Drama.
That's all they do.
Action.
Drama sells,
healing.
guys.
Lots of healing.
Up this new
No,
library.
man. Look at
Better
that
call up
shot.
my homies and throw down.
Look at that star chart. It's
You
gorgeous.
building a library on our turf? What is this? That's I mean, this I've never seen, you know, a turf war over an archive. But
well, there's really
You think
valuable things in the archive.
there was.
Oh, there
I mean,
was.
Oh my God, Thomas, spoil.
There's still valuable things.
What is that little circular
dun,
kind of sphere?
It is.
That's
a
like a
circular-
gem. Well, it wouldn't be a rectangular sphere, I suppose. That would be interesting.
that telescope,
that would be
dude.
worth stealing.
Yes.
That is a
Look at
fine
that cylindrical telescope.
instrument of stargazing right there.
We are very shape-based today on our commentary, I see.
God, you guys are amazing with the shapes.
Yes.
Really good.
So, and then this is also the one that, when we did the
Who dat,
reveal
Thomas?
trailer for Vivian and that kind
Right.
of stuff, we kind of got teased a little bit in that as well. So
I mean,
it's nice.
Is she part of maybe that conflict going on?
You could say, yeah, she works for the Magistrate. So, but yeah, there's some tie-ins with a couple of different champions.
Who's that statue of
go with
Thomas?
this.
Huh? Uncle?
That one?
Dad? Stepfather? Twice removed? 3 times removed?
Yeah. Vivian's dad.
Questions.
Maybe.
So many questions.
So
many.
little answers.
But it's
Always
fun,
from
and
you
now
guys.
like we've teased it, we've shown it in champion reveals, we've talked about it. We showed the video reveal, like I said during the esports events. We just showed a bunch of screenshots, and now people actually get a chance to get in and play it. So it's gonna be exciting.
I mean, Garrett, any comments on this one? I mean, new map into the game.
yeah.
Keep adding some more. I'm
No,
sure
it's cool. Like, our Onslaught game mode has been wildly successful. We have a lot of people playing it, and this one, as mentioned previously, was designed specifically to be for the mode.
For that mode.
Much like Foreman's Rise was, and it's a little bit of a different take on it than Foreman's Rise. Foreman's Rise was a little bit more linear, kind of compartmentalized. This has this kind of 2-story arena-based thing around the telescope, which you saw, and then they kind of like close in flank rounds around the outside. It's very cool. It's very fast paced because you have literal corridors in it. So corridor shooter gameplay. It's a lot of fun.
Man, who's the go-to? Have you played this? I assume you played this. Who's the go-to champion in this
I think
map?
you've played it too. Maybe you just don't remember it.
I'm just trying to create conversation.
There's a really good, that
Way to
little
host.
thing. I like, dude, Grover in the back line. There's like this
Yeah.
little place you can sit and just yak people for like 1,200. I love it.
Oh man, Grover definitely getting himself some spotlight. And who would have thought a tree with axes, also a studious tree with axes as well.
It's a library.
It's a library.
It enrages him, right? All his fallen brothers.
He's trying to throw it at the
book
books.
format.
There it is. This
Very
is just
ferocious.
His fallen brethren. Oh.
Much curiosity.
You add this is layers and layers. We also have more layers to this as well. There are new items coming in to the VIP store. There's a lot being added, so I kind of want to leave this up to you guys. Just kind of throw it out there, and you can kind of piecemeal and order it the way that you choose. But the VIP store continuing to get great content for all those players who've been engaged in that system.
Yeah, so one of the things we've been doing with the VIP store, we're going to continue this patch, is we bring back a much-loved kind of past skin collection. And so for this round and for this patch, kind of going with the holiday kind of theming and kind of that cold and that
chilly.
ice and stuff,
we're
bringing back Inara. So, yeah, so if you missed her the first time around, this is your chance.
The Christmas in July patch. That's when she
That is
made
correct,
her,
yeah.
her debut.
Right.
And now it's her time. Winter has come.
Get her while you can.
Winter has come. Awesome voice pack with this one. Cool spray. I use this one a lot. The mix and match
And
pieces.
the mount, dude.
Yeah, I mean
The Realm Pack mount, the Frostmare. Oh my goodness.
That's a choice combo.
It is
for sure.
It is the strongest, I think.
On Frozen Guard, you get those bonus points. It's just great.
+2 too.
+2 to every single
Yes.
little pellet that you fire. So that's great. So that's coming in the VIP, Thomas. And then, of course, there's some other things walking through. Again, I'm kind of leaving the floor open to you in terms of how you want to feel about this stuff.
Well, one of the things, is VIP has been very successful. A lot of great feedback from, the players and a lot of use. A lot of, obviously we've got, the Maeve skin in there and, the mounts and everything as far as the content that people can get. And it's free. You can earn those points. You can do these other things. You can kind of build up in order to get those skins and collections. But we wanted to add a little something extra. So, so the designers kind of put together an additional reward structure that we're introducing for VIP for this patch.
Additional rewards, you say?
Additional rewards. We want to give you more free things.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
And actually, the way it structures that, the more free things you get, the more free things you get. So what we're talking about, guys, is
the old positive feedback
new.
loop.
yeah.
That's
the more
deep.
I get, the more I get. Yeah.
The more I get, the
So
more
what we're
I
talking
get.
about specifically is VIP milestones.
Right.
So what's going to happen is as you earn VIP points and accumulate to these kind of set totals, you're going to then get a bevy of bonuses.
Nice word.
Thank you.
It's a
SAT.
big word.
Yep. High scoring. So once you hit VIP level 2, then you're going to increase your earn rate for many of our currencies, VIP points included, and then you can ascend to level 3, and then level 4, and then level 5. Now, in addition to all these kind of incremental statistical earn rate bonuses.
So that's each one gives you basic bonuses. For, So because right now, when I play, I get VIP points, right?
Yep.
And then
Yes, you
I've
do.
got that VIP booster, which bumps that up even more and stuff.
Yep.
And so what this is saying is once I have over the lifetime with my account accrued enough VIP points, along that little experience bar, that time bar, to hit level 2, now I'm earning more points faster.
You're earning more points. You're earning more experience bonus. You're getting more gold. So there is a lot of reasons to be a VIP. And in addition to these earn rate bonuses, we also have some pretty cool and unique rewards that we're putting in at these tiers as well. These come in the form of new skins, new sprays, new titles, and at the very end of it all, at the highest tier, we have a as yet to be released or announced.
Yeah, we're not talking about that yet.
Big boy up at the top. A special reward for you.
Very nice, of course. So again, there's other things. You mentioned one of the things I want to point out is the chat badge. Apparently, there's something that you're getting where you're going to be distinguished in terms of your chat in game.
Yep.
Yeah. So the higher VIP tier you are, as we introduced in the last patch, if you're VIP, you have that kind of gold filigree around your name.
Around your name, yeah.
Now, whenever your name is shown or whenever you speak, you will have a little indicator that shows kind of your VIP prestige tier wherever you've earned to, and then this cool gold shield. So you're I'm level 6.
Yeah.
Come on,
deal with it.
Yeah.
Whatever you're saying in the chat box means carries a lot more weight than whatever anybody else is saying.
No, it's pretty
at
cool.
that level.
It feels awesome. And that plus all the rewards you get. Oh, and also in addition to those cosmetic rewards, in addition to the bonus earn rates, we give you I think we're giving you okay, I can't say that word. A lot of radiant chests and other bonuses as well.
A bevy.
A bevy.
chests.
The bevy was
a
it was
myriad.
such a good-
There's a bevy of
myriad.
things.
Oh.
So.
A cornucopia. Right.
So,
A plethora.
right. And then on the reward side, we do have some great cosmetics that we're obviously tying in.
That's what I want to talk about here.
Do,
Let's get into that. Let's get into the meat of this here. What
they have the
cosmetics
different
are coming through?
tiers. They'll make you important, and you have chat, and you have like your urn.
You're kind of throwing that to the side.
Yeah.
No.
You have
I'm
chat,
climbing
your
that mountain.
badge.
I'm climbing that mountain.
Okay.
And then there's these cosmetics, right? And at the different tiers, you get them and stuff. And I believe is it level 2 that you get the So level 2, you get your first skin collection, right? So it's the accessory, it's the the body, and it's the weapon. And what we've done is we've taken Androxus Exalted, one of our more popular characters and more popular skins, and it's a complete kind of rework of that and retexture of that we can kind of show later on in lobby.
Oh, yeah.
And
He's
it's a
badass.
limited edition. So this is the way you get it. So
No other way.
Yep, this is it. So
Got it.
the only way that you can get this kind of like pimped out kind of version of Exalted is to get it through this system. So, and that's the first reward.
Wow. So that's the first. There's got to be something even,
Right. Well, we also,
deeper after that.
so we introduced the frontline pack, right? And with that, we introduced the idea of a legendary spray. Right. And so, if you've gotten that so far, you can go into match and you've started collecting and getting your numbers up there for your frontline wins. Right. But we're introducing a brand new legendary spray that is also exclusively limited.
This one's a little more cheeky.
Okay.
Exclusively
It's a little more
limited
cheeky.
to this.
It's pretty cool.
And this legendary spray actually tracks your kills in match.
Ooh.
So this
Yeah.
is the true scoreboard. This is the one where you put it up
What
at the
really
beginning
matters.
and you just see
So-
that number clicking over, clicking over.
After you just dumpster someone or fairly eliminate them in a 1v1
Right.
mono combat,
Ooh.
you can just let them know what number kill in the match they were for you. Just like,
You don't even have to tell them anymore. You don't even have to tell them. You just like motion to the wall where the
right?
thing is.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Here. Oh, that's good.
So,
the pantomime now is
Yes.
just spray on the wall and move your character left
Yeah.
and right.
Yeah.
I,
Oh,
I,
man.
I think after First Blood, that's going to be a nice, juicy little death cam to spectate.
oh, dude,
Wow.
just
First
the
Blood,
one. Yeah,
one.
That's
yeah,
mean.
That's
Right.
nice right there.
Yeah. And then while we'll show all this content later on, kind of in the lobby and in game and stuff, I do want to actually preview the next one though. So we have a full skin collection that's coming in. So and this is a full epic skin collection, and so and it is also limited to this progression. So the only way you can get it, and which level is she? Do you remember?
3 or 4.
Yeah, she's a little bit farther up, and so what you're going to get is some people may remember this skin a little bit from one of
this is a
our
throwback.
past community
Yeah.
kind of
Shout
efforts, but we're basically bringing in a new Scarce skin. So you get the accessory, you get the skin itself, and you get the
my
weapon, voice pack,
goodness.
VFX. VFX are absolutely amazing. I can't wait to show you
Look
guys
at her.
what her F does in this one. So, but yeah, so some people might kind of remember this angelic kind of divine version of Ceres from when we did the first community outreach program kind of thing, as far as like picking skins. It didn't win that one, but it was very close
Came
and very
close.
popular and something
the
that we
honorable
really
mention.
wanted to kind of see realized in Paladins.
It's gorgeous, man. Like, killed
Yeah,
it.
you don't even have to say it. I think the
Immaculate,
image
some might
speaks
say.
for itself. Immaculate. That's a great word. Angelic.
We're
It's
full
another
of
word.
Divine,
Heavenly.
An immaculate
immaculate,
bevy.
heavenly.
Divine.
When you sit at
Bevy.
the
That
desk,
Revered.
doesn't quite work on this one
It's
as well as
immaculate
it
bevy.
did.
The bevy immaculate.
wow, look at that bevy of a skin.
Yeah.
When you sit at
my
a desk,
goodness.
your vocabulary just expands. You guys feel it?
Expands.
No, mine's actually shrinks.
No,
Not at all.
really. I think the
'cause we
cameras
took
are
them
throwing them off. Yeah, we took all of them. It's a limited quantity per people on the desk. So if we take 4, it's
That's
like
fair.
there's only one left in the pot.
done.
Thomas had to go with bevy after
I'm
we
sorry.
used
Yeah.
all
I
the
just
good
repeat
words.
stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, that's fine.
Well, you also create stuff too. This is an awesome kind of addition to the VIP store, and obviously a great incentive for people to jump into this and check out these tiered rewards. Of course, the badges are coming through, as well as these skins for the Androxus, the recolor off of the Exalted, one of his more famous and I think iconic skins in the game, as well as this divine Ceres, this angelic just being that we saw on screen. That there's really not a lot of other words. You got another word for it?
Nope. I'm sticking with immaculate.
Bevy, a bevy of beautiful words for her. But we also have some other things coming in this kind of progression, and it's more sprays.
Yeah, so speaking of community, the Ceres skin kind of ties to kind of an effort we had done with the community back, I guess, summer, because we announced it at DreamHack.
Yeah.
It feels like yesterday.
It does. We should do that again soon.
We should.
Soon, TM.
Right now.
TM. So not right now. Soon. But yeah, so one of the other things we've been doing in each patch is we've been introducing sprays from our community artists, and so they do amazing work. We love seeing it on all the social media and in Reddit, and
They're so good.
them tagging us and
They
stuff.
are.
And so we have a whole new collection to celebrate the season with these festive sprays of some of our favorite
Who is
champions.
that on the left?
And so this is Mila Moog.
Who is that?
She's been involved. She's done some great work, and I'm sure you guys have seen her work online. And it was great working with her to do 10 sprays. So
What?
these.
Excuse me, that's only 5.
Oh,
I
you're
see,
right. You're
Thomas.
right. So there's only 5 in this patch.
Uh-oh.
In this patch.
But yeah, so these are coming in. So it's
Beautiful.
great. I really just love this ability we have, and basically being able to kind of work with some of the artists that we've kind of taken notice of and seen in the community, the love they have for the game and the involvement they have in helping build the community with the players and stuff through their artwork and through like their skill set. So it's great to not only get that, but also kind of offer the platform and actually get that into the game, so the millions of players around the world can kind of see it and experience it like we do.
It's magical.
Very magical,
Yes.
I would say.
And it's adorable. Like,
Adorable?
did you see those things?
No,
are so
those were
cute.
cute.
So
Those were,
cute.
those are
Cute
very cute.
AF.
And
Yes.
you know, I got to say that they're too cute, to be honest. They're too cute to almost go out there and really be dominating and then spray that. It kind of
what
takes
makes it
away from
good,
the
though.
hype.
Good.
You
Hey,
know?
not everybody has to be this whole aggro thing. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes
just-
you can
so
just
much
kill people
machismo
and like try to
yeah.
make them feel better by
Yeah.
putting like a little cute spray. So like they're like, he killed me. Oh,
Better
that's
luck next time.
adorable.
Good luck,
you
pal.
know? Look at that Makoa sitting in a wreath. That's adorable.
The internet's a hard place, Thomas. You know, you got to put on the shield. You got to put on the armor, so to speak. You know, I'm still getting comfortable being me online. Okay. Let's move it on. We've got the festive chest happening, and let's just talk about it. It's a new chest. Of course, you guys have been waiting for this. Christmas not in July, in November and December, when it's supposed to be. And, of course, the holidays are going to be represented by a myriad of different accessories that you could put on your champions and use within game. And, boy, let's break them down because these look like they're a lot of fun.
There's a lot of these. So first of all, this is the festive chest. So all of the the favorites from last year and the stuff that we've had in the festive chest before is returning. As you can see here, that includes the Eevee kind of full skin and that gingerbread kind of star powered weapon. And in addition to this, you see in the image a lot of new content. And so we've got Genos is getting a new weapon. There's we kind of put out a teaser image that had a bunch of this little stuff hidden in.
Yep.
So it was exciting to see people guessing,
Trying,
correctly and
Attempting.
incorrectly for this. But yeah, so we've got
What's the scoop on the gingerbread man?
That's
without
Fernando
the face?
Shield.
That's Fernando
That's
Shield.
Fernando Shield. That is a full-size gingerbread man.
It's a
It is
massive.
It is like Pip size. It's
Oh
awesome.
my
So,
God.
but yeah,
And
it
its name is
expands
Tough
out.
Cookie.
It does all this stuff. It's
That is like the
great.
last thing I would have guessed too. That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's Fernando
Wow.
Shield. You might see last year, and we'll be in this chest in case you missed it. Androxus got kind of the whole reindeer horns and
Antlers,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
those
It's one
are
of
big.
one of my
Classic.
favorite things is that we wanted to bring it back.
Oh, look at Olong.
But this year, the snake gets it.
Look at Olong.
So-
I see
That's
him
true.
there.
Oh, my
Yes.
God.
He's by
So-
Willow. Oh, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
so it's awesome. Brand new weapon there from Aldamba with those antlers on his snake.
And then there's like a unicorn up there or something.
Yeah, we have a brand new mount with this. So Valentine's unicorn, is one of our more popular kind of ones, and so we've kind of reconverted it and made kind of an ice version of it for this chest, just to kind of throw a little bit of extra goodness, to the players in it. Willow's getting a brand new accessory with the kind of the holly leaves for the wings, and then Makoa, as you saw in the spray, has a wreath
man.
ACC. So, and then there's one other guy we haven't really talked about, but I guess we'll come back to him. Let's show some of these other ones off first.
Yeah, we've got a Tough Cookie available right now, and this is the Fernando skin coming in that festive chest. So
You can check out the mount there as well.
Head's missing,
You
but-
can get the
So you got hungry, man.
he got a little hungry on this
On the
ride.
battlefield.
Yeah, that makes
Fighting
sense.
gets you.
Oh, yeah. It's,
Yeah.
He protect, but he also
It's hard
sustain.
work.
He also
he snack.
He put a dick. He's safe. He snack.
Dude, and he could heat up the cookie too. This is like.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Oh, and is that the candy cane kind of?
It is.
Oh,
So-
wow.
And you'll see the red version, obviously, for the enemy and so forth for that. So
That's so cute. I mean, I think this is just, that speaks for itself, a gingerbread shield.
Oh, that ring.
Yeah.
Wow.
If we could get the weapon inspect for this one too, so really kind of show off, some of the festiveness that you're seeing.
So this is called the Polaris Genos weapon.
You can defeat
Get it,
enemies and
like-
snack on the battlefield with all of these. Sugar-coated goodness.
Yes.
Makoa and his
Oh my.
festive Makoa here and the barrier wreath.
I feel like that wouldn't offer a lot of protection, in
It
all
offers
honesty.
amazing protection. So,
I don't know.
And that spin, by the way, with this wreath is so awesome. Like that's.
Wait, did
that's,
the VFX
that's-
change?
Like no, it's just Go ahead, hit the spin again.
We can in 3 seconds.
There we go.
Very cool, very
so
cool.
it's a different little profile. You get to see
Yeah.
everything kind of move around on it. I love that thing.
Best thing to see when a
Aw.
giant
And
turtle's
then,
coming to
and
kill
then
you.
we got to do some weapon inspect on that.
Hey,
yeah,
buddy.
there you go.
Rudolph the red-nosed snake.
Yeah,
It's
and
actually,
here-
this isn't Rudolph, this is Spitzen.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Spitzen.
Right. He just
Okay.
stole Rudolph's nose.
I'm sorry.
But, and this works for the reload as well. So if you hit the reload, you get to kind of throw some antlers out there. So
Glorious.
That's festive. I'm glad
Season's
Olong
greetings,
Johnson's
stud.
joining the party and Spitzen as he's cosplaying for his winter treat here. And oh, wow, talk about winter. Willow.
Look at
She
that.
gets the Jolly Holly.
So if she Fae flights above you, do you have to make out with the person you were currently 1v1ing?
that is an official rule now. Yes.
Ah.
So
So this is
ruling.
nice.
Only
Yes.
enforced in esports, actually.
Admins
Yeah.
will be watching, guys.
And this has to take place. This isn't in-game that we're talking about.
Hmm.
You have to step away from
What are
your
you trying to
computers.
set up here,
You have to step
cameraman?
away from your computers.
Fortunately, Cassie doesn't have any.
Oh.
Okay, all right. The fan stories are already.
man.
Lore? Question mark? Shipping?
No.
Okay. Too far.
Cassie x Cassie. I
All right,
ship it.
next in.
And
next
then,
in.
and then there is one more kind of the new star for this chest this year that we didn't talk about yet, and that's Bomb King. He's obviously getting something pretty
Boom.
incredible here.
Abominable.
Yes.
Do you want to build a bomb king?
Come on, let's go
and play.
Evan, I don't want to.
Okay, bye. Let's just look at the skin. Let's see this guy in game if we can. Abominable coming
Sounded rehearsed.
in. Oh my God, this bomb
cup,
king.
Yeah. So it's basically this is a
Ran in a snowballing game.
This is an exclusive epic skin. So you're going to get a voice pack with this. You've got the skin itself. You got new weapons. We got to check out the bombs for this guy, and then the accessory as well, so that you can kind of mix and match for your pleasure.
Wow. And those are his little
They look-
ornaments. Little ornaments there.
Yeah.
I thought I remember seeing these guys, the names.
Yeah. And if you throw one up against a wall, you can. Oh, there's Grumpy.
The big old
That's
grumpy.
sweet.
Yeah.
The abominable helpers.
Yeah,
We're
so
calling these
if you
guys.
throw one of those up against the walls, you can see they also have like the little holly leaves and stuff like
Detonate
that
it.
to hold on to it. And then
Detonate
if you
it.
detonate,
If you detonate.
yeah, so
Did that kill?
lots
Wow.
of snow.
Chain reaction OP. Wow, that's a beautiful effect there as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wait.
cool.
Wait, I forgot about. Wait, is the sound in? Can we hit the ult? Hit that ult. Because it's.
I mean, this is some fanfare.
the
This is some
present.
holiday
You could really be
fanfare
singing,
right
"Do you
there.
wanna build
Yeah. Do you wanna build a bomb?
I don't want to build a bomb king. I don't
don't.
want to. I don't want to.
Don't.
No, please.
Yeah, Noah, as part of our audio team, the minute he saw the concept, was just like he's like in our content meeting was just like, oh my goodness,
His eyes
we
lit
have
up.
to play
Yeah.
like we have to play a carol when he rolls. So
I love it because I'm in the holiday season already. You know, Thanksgiving's here now. It's Christmas. I'm just Christmas music everywhere. So this goes right with my flow that I'm in right now.
yeah, and we do have one other thing that's part of the chest as far as new content goes. As I mentioned, Evie's coming back with her Merrymaker collection, but we're also including for the first time an actual like legendary emote. So basically a dance, right? One that cycles and stuff that is not part of the VIP store.
Huh.
And so
Wow.
she's getting a very special one, kind of themed again to the season. And so it's basically an ice skating kind of emote and stuff like that.
Wow.
So,
It's a
very
yeah. So it's
Majestic ice skating move.
yes. So it's like an axle a couple of times
In
over
the air,
and stuff like
multiple
that.
spins.
Multiple spins and stuff
It's very
like that.
graceful.
So yeah. So.
Yes.
So that's an exclusive legendary emote as well for that.
Great, and not in the VIP store, so you can pick that up, of course, outside of that. And let's take a look at something we saw earlier on, but didn't get a chance to see in-game, that new Sarah skin coming through as that
Wow.
Tier 3 or 4
Dude, look
VIP
at that.
reward.
That's awesome. I haven't seen
Wow.
that yet. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, we should definitely show off that weapon. This is just from
She's
the
singing?
concept.
That's the VEW. Yeah. Oh my god, the gold, it looks resplendent.
It does.
I love it.
Woohoo it again. I want to hear that again.
Is that the familiar tone right there?
Yeah. Can we go to 3P
Sounds like
and kind of
counters.
show off the model here a little bit?
Hell
So
yeah. Look at that.
Wow.
You guys had seen the concept theme way kind of early on, obviously, and you saw the splash art. But this one just got executed really well, came across really well as far as its translation into 3D. And then I want to see the F because this is, Justin VFX team kind of went above and beyond for this thing. Go 3P, 3P.
Wow.
What? I hadn't even seen that. Oh
Yes.
my god.
Wow.
So good.
Oh, that's OP.
I'm going to have to play in 3P for
That's
this.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to have to play in 3P for this. Holy moly. So can people see this in her shadow travel when they're up against her?
Yeah, if you see her, you'll see that.
Wow. So this is,
That's
you know,
legit.
you're helping both enemies and friends in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody gets a little bit of a glimpse at that. I mean, that is a beautiful effect. And, of course, this is that Saris that is part of that tiered reward system for the VIP being introduced here in OB64.
Awesome.
So there's a lot of awesome stuff coming to you guys. There's too much awesome. And I think there's...
We're just getting started.
We're just getting started. We're at the top of the mountain.
Yep.
We're only
But where are
halfway
we?
up.
Oh my
You know,
goodness.
Think
Wow.
about it. Think about it, guys. We
Good-
also
good
have
momentum.
a brand new kind of adjustment to... Yeah, go ahead.
I was supposed to say, if are we going to be able to go back and show the stuff in lobby then?
I don't know, Thomas. I don't know. Do you think I control the lobby showcase?
I
Don't you,
assume you
Evan?
control all of this.
You're
the eye
asking
in the
me.
sky.
Whatever you say happens.
Can we,
Evan.
yeah, Evan? Can we put that through this patch? Can we? I would love it. I think they're starting to realize. Here it is. No, but we also, before we go to that, maybe we will. We have a new lobby layout that we're going to be showing you guys here. We have some visual for you.
Oh,
Take a look, and so you'll be getting a different perspective of your character and the other characters in the game when you first step
Gorgeous.
into it, and kind of get loaded up with a few other players to battle against. And man, it looks good.
Yeah, so
Really good.
You know, players might recognize this. It's a dual-purpose set that we built. We introduced with the VIP store. You know, because there's a lot of work that kind of went into this, and we're really excited to kind of bring this back as the pre-match lobby. So when you're selecting your champions and kind of going into it, you know, we've kind of made some changes over the course of our beta. You know, where we used to have it where like the character was kind of up front and they had these intro animations, which we really liked. You know, they showed off a lot of the personality. You got kind of a closer look at your champions and the skins that you were picking for it. But it was kind of in this void, and you know, and you couldn't see your teammates, you couldn't see your players and stuff. And so the first change we made was you know, kind of shifting that so that you could see your players. But it's one of the things we kind of missed. We kind of missed having an actual setting, something that tied into, you know, the lore of the universe and kind of like what Paladins is. And so bringing this set in versus the kind of the blue void that used to be there was pretty important to us. And we wanted to maintain as well with that the fact that you can see your champions, but now we can bring the champion you're selecting front and center. And this is going to give us a great platform moving forward to, you know, kind of bring back those intro animations. So, you know, Dan, the animation team, along with, you know, Ben and the tech art team did a huge amount of work and an arc over, you know, a couple of months now, as far as to actually go into every single champion and make sure that they had their own little introduction animation and were properly framed and everything, so that you could kind of get a pretty good like show off of what you're playing, as well as getting a pretty good view of.
And they look really good, stunning even.
Great. So we can go back to that lobby I think you're requesting for, Thomas, to be able to see a couple of these things like that emote.
There we go.
There's
you
the
go.
double axle.
Nice.
Available for purchase here.
What's that move from Blades? The Iron Lotus from Blades, of Glory.
Oh, yeah.
Evie can pull it off.
She could do it. That's the only way she'll win.
Like you get to rock this skin with this emote on say frozen guard, just
Ooh.
on the point, skating around.
This definitely brings,
awesome.
yeah, this brings a lot of personality. Already a very personality-filled skin that she's been rocking here, and so that'll return. And you can add this to accent, add some little more flair to your Eevee games.
This
as
is
you
kind
head
of a
into
random
it.
question, but like, does an emote like this affect like the hitbox for the champion when they're moving around and swirling and stuff like that?
Same hitbox.
Same hitbox, so it
Yeah.
doesn't move around. They just do.
It was as if they were stationary.
Yeah.
Interesting. You could throw them off.
I remember Doseps one time. He's like, dude, I swear to God, I did like one of these emotes, and I got a headshot on some dude that was like bending over in his emote. So I always wondered that. This would be a great emote to just juke with.
Absolutely. Like through the legs, like just throwing it up, and then the arms go out to the side. This is in such confidence.
Make a Smurf account and see how long you can survive
See
against
how
bronze
long.
players.
Yeah.
Just juking with an emote.
Hey, bronze players are great.
They are. It's a lifestyle.
You can dominate any.
I heard a Wii come out there. Evan, you are.
I said we.
As a master player.
We've been through this before. I don't think we need to.
this.
Yeah, it's,
Garrett
you know,
knows. Garrett knows what happens when you go down
yes,
the LeBron's
yes,
pathway.
Yes.
But Nick is right. This is a very interesting kind of attempt. Let's see some videos come out. If you can last more than a minute.
Yeah. How long can you
If you can
pull this
last more
off?
than a minute on the objective fight, I'll be very, very impressed. So tweet us, send that to us if you can do it. That's our little challenge for this patch notes as well, Nick and myself. Feel free to include these guys, though, because they're on Twitter very often.
All the time.
So we have a couple. Yeah.
Can we? So for the
Wow,
lobby,
this is the second time.
I know.
What?
But,
What,
like,
Thomas?
We showed the Ceres, but we didn't go back and show the Androxus.
That's very true.
So
You know
I was
what?
just curious if we could.
I'm
sorry. Never mind.
I'm sorry
Never
to
mind.
inform you.
All right. You can't give the kids everything. Evan, all right?
I don't
Can't
know.
wrap
You're
your
teaching
presents.
discipline, though,
It is
Nick.
Christmas.
Okay. All right. We have to work. We're a parenting couple here. And oh my God,
There it is.
it is here, Thomas. If you ask, you shall receive.
I was making wishes.
It's Christmas.
So yeah. So yeah, so here you can see,
That
kind
is
of what we
so
did.
sick,
So
dude.
yeah, it's
is
really
awesome.
it's one of those things where it's just like, man, how do you improve on Exalted, and how do you kind of like push this in a different
Red.
direction?
You did it.
I like red.
Yeah, the art team did a great job on this one, where it's just the color scheme, how it comes across in game.
I love those
and
colors.
then 1P is really nice. And like I said, this is not only exclusive, this is a limited. So there's only one way that you can get this skin, and that's basically to get free stuff to get more free stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
As the designer has said.
Yes.
yeah, one might say that once you start getting
This is the
some
best.
free stuff, that other free stuff starts to snowball in your favor.
Oh, seasonally themed, Evan.
There it is. Seasonally themed
Respect.
puns. It takes an extra purveyor of puns to be able to pull that one
Yes, it
off.
does.
Of course, it takes a lot of things to pull things off here at the studio. We have some interesting changes that we'd love to talk to you about, and that's going to be introduced with a video here. So without me saying any more, let's take a look at the new adjustment coming to cards here in Paladins OB64 with this look in a video.
Hi-Res Martini here for the Paladins team, and in OB64 we have some very large and exciting new card changes coming to the realm. So we've been gathering your guys' feedback, and we've identified that we have a lot of people that love Paladins for different reasons. We have a group of people that really enjoy the competitive aspects of it, and we also have a group of people that really enjoy this kind of customizable deck building experience that you can do in our game. We have a solution that meets both these groups' needs. So the first change is that we're going to be removing Essence as a currency. We feel that this system wasn't beneficial for our dedicated players and also was confusing for our new players. Now, I know you guys have been stockpiling a lot of Essence, so when this change goes out, we are going to be reimbursing all of your Essence as gold in a 1-to-1 ratio. In OB64, Essence is now gone, and we will be giving every player, every loadout card, and every legendary for free. In addition, we are going to introduce one new legendary card for every champion. Let's get into the next major change, where we are going to be totally revamping our casual queue into the new quick play queue. In OB64, now getting duplicates of cards is going to increase permanently those cards' power levels in our non-ranked mode. So, previously we felt that getting duplicate Essence wasn't as great of an experience as it could have been. So now, as you acquire duplicates of cards, you're going to make them stronger over time. Loadout cards are now going to have 5 levels instead of the previous 4. For all of our existing players, we appreciate that you guys have been playing our game and have already acquired a large majority of all the cards currently available. So what we'll be doing is giving you the rank 3 version of each card you currently own, in addition to the rank 3 version of every legendary you also own. The new 5 levels card system only applies to the non-ranked game modes. In ranked, as soon as you enter it, all of your loadout and legendary cards will be set to level 3. Another change is with the card system and the point limits. So previously, you could walk into any of our games with a 12-point loadout. Now, with the new card system, you're going to be able to walk into a game with a 25-point deck, should you have all the cards at that level. This is an awesome opportunity to customize your decks even further, however you guys want, and I'm really excited to see what you come up with. And remember, while playing in ranked mode, all of your loadout and legendary cards will be set to level 3. Wow, so that was a lot. Now, We've always been community first here at Hi-Res Studios, and with Paladins, we want to make sure that everyone is on board with these changes. That's why we're going to extend the PTS for an entire week to gather your guys' feedback and make sure we're all happy moving forward with this system. In OB64, we'll be disabling the ability to purchase Radiant chests and Champion card chests with crystals, and you can acquire them by purchasing them with gold or by just playing the game. Well, that about wraps it up for OB64, guys. Let us know your feedback on the forums and the Reddit. We always want to know what you're saying. I'm Hi-Res Martini, and I'll see you next time in the realm.
All right, so that's a look at Cards Unbound. That is going to be joining the realm.
Wow. That was a
in
lot.
OB64.
That was a lot.
I had to really use some discipline on myself to not start that off with wow. That was a lot. But it really was a lot, and there's a lot to go into. So as you would expect, we're going to get into some of the meat and bones. I'm going to kind of lay some things up for Garrett to kind of discuss with us and go further in depth as to these changes. As we know, there are quite a bit, so let's get into it without any further ado. One of the things I want to talk about is more of the why, right? Because there are a couple of big things you mentioned in that I kind of want to just bring back. You know, talking about listening to these players, there are these two kind of different, I guess, groups. The casual group of people who really just want to do fun things and more fun things. And deck building was kind of cumbersome and difficult to get into. And then there's that hardcore, you know, we know that esport loving, high level player base that doesn't want any type of, you know, competitive disadvantage on any side and wants to really keep that as fair and as hardcore as possible. So what's your goal with this in catering to those two groups?
So the new system, like, really supports both those player bases. And actually, it's really cool because, like, as mentioned, Essence was, when we implemented it, the goals were to, you know, create this additional currency that allows you to choose and pick what you kind of want. But it ended up being just this kind of very large grind that everyone wanted. You're like rolling chests to get random duplicates, to maybe get enough Essence to buy the things you want. And now we're just like, just give everyone everything.
Right.
So every player will have every card, every legendary. You don't have to, like, kind of accumulate random duplicate Essence to get these things anymore. And Essence is no longer a thing. That was,
so for new players, that's also a very big,
it's another just
positive
like
change.
Lowers the barrier to entry, right? It just, I just get cards, and my cards now
And you start with all
better.
of them.
Yeah, you start with all of them,
All of
and they
them.
only just get better as I play the game.
Legendaries too.
Legendaries too, yes. So all of the cards are going to rank up kind of as described, which is really cool because it all happens just automatically.
Right.
As you're playing the game, as you're getting all these free chests, Radiant chests, Champion chests, the more duplicates you get, the more they power up your existing cards, and it just happens like that. There's no crafting fee. There's no nothing like that. It goes right into your loadouts, and you're just getting these constant positive incremental upgrades. It's really cool.
And the other, you know, one of the other aspects is obviously a big point at the beginning, but let's just quickly reiterate, Essence is gone. That is not a part of the system at this point.
Yes.
So that's see you later.
Yep.
Yes.
Goodbye,
And
my lover. Goodbye, my friend.
1-to-1 conversion with gold, which is now going to be your means of acquiring cards
Right, so
through the Radiant chest.
Okay.
And as mentioned, we are taking the crystal price off of Radiant chests, and we're taking the crystal price off of this new specific Champion chest. So it's just like, we're going to tune this system and get it feeling right for the free-to-play user.
Right.
Just because that's really important to us, and listen to your guys' feedback and kind of maybe tweak some things over PTS. But every player, every card, every legendary, it's gonna be crazy because, as mentioned, like, any of our more dedicated players know, it's like, okay, I've like optimized these decks. I've got like 12 points. I think I'm getting I've min-maxed my head off, right? And now it's just like, you get it all.
Right.
You can have 5 cards at level 5. It's pretty insane.
Right.
We've done a lot of testing in regards
Only in
to
quick play though.
Correct. And ranked is definitely this kind of like bastion of just like set
and
at
I do
level
want
3.
I do want to get to that for sure,
Yep,
but
yep.
you know, I want to cover some of these small points, and then I think quick play as itself, it is a new mode, so to speak. It is basically replacing casual, and it is where you guys are, I think, intending, and you know, help me kind of fill in the blanks here, to create this really over the top, kind of fun,
yes, over
really
the top
diverse
is a
experience
good word for it. Yes.
for players
it's really crazy.
who like this realm.
Yep. Card building and deck customization is a big part of what our audience likes, or that one portion of our audience likes. And then the other, like I said, is that very kind of adamantly shooter, complex, mechanical pixel tracking. And now we're like, okay, how do we make Paladins better for these users?
Right.
And now you can acquire cards, you can do these crazy builds, like just kit out your character however you see fit. without being like limited. You're like, oh man, I really like this card. I like this card. Okay, well now my deck is at 12 points. Oh no, but I like this card. But I can only have it at 1 point. Like,
Right.
why am I even taking it at that point? Then we just had all these cards that were coming in at 1 point values.
The 1 point
It's like,
wonders.
That
so
doesn't
to
feel
speak.
good. Yeah. Yeah. And if it's not a 1 point wonder,
Then it's I'll never play it.
then
right?
you never play it.
Yeah.
But now if you just have it and it's always at rank 5, you're like, oh my.
Yeah. Changes things.
It changes everything. Yes.
Not just one thing as well. And, one other thing to really mention and harp on is that there is an entirely new legendary being added to every single champion that everyone is going to have access to, which is pretty cool because I know a lot of people have always come to me, at least in streams and videos, oh, I can't wait. I like that legendary. Can't wait to play that one. I think I'm going to save up and get that one. That is not going to be an issue. That's no longer a thing here. So that's a really cool,
correct.
I think, addition for people coming in.
Like, the amount of variety that we have in this game
34 new ones? What was it?
34 champs and 1 new legendary
Wow.
per.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's impressive. We are testing a lot of different variations. We have a lot of really good creative ideas. It's been a super impressive task to kind of take on, and I'm super looking forward to kind of like seeing people play that, how it's going to affect the meta, how it's going to affect competition. It's going to be wild.
Yeah. Now talk to me about ranked and the kind of the isolation, the differences between what you're
Absolutely.
hoping for
Sure.
that quick
Right.
play audience who's really interested in that, and then that ranked audience, that casual, that not casual, that hardcore audience that really wants to keep that game as similar as possible.
Ranked is more competitive than it ever has been. It's going to be now, so every card and legendary is capped at level 3. So what that means is actually your ranked is going to still be slightly changed, right? Because before it was capped at 12, technically.
Right.
So now every card you're walking in with a rank 3 of it. There is no adjusting the individual points of the cards. I'm not kind of opportunity costing myself into a corner.
Right.
All you're going to be doing is being like, I like this card, I like this card, I like this card. This is the best combination. It's like more holistically simplified for a lot of our users,
Right.
while also still being far more. You're going to be more effective than you were previously.
Right.
And it's going to kind of put all the current deck builds kind of on their head. So all of our more dedicated users are going to have to kind of adjust.
But it definitely, it's like, I think it addresses one of the things that's been in the past, which is like, we've got these cards and we've got these legendaries that basically, obviously, allow you to kind of customize and change how you play and have an impact on the game. But that's always been balanced about us wanting to make a very fair and competitive kind of game. And that, I think that separation is one of the big things. Because now going into ranked, like, there's no longer that concern over like, okay, well, does that person have the same cards I have?
Right.
Or does that person have the same access to the legendary I have? If I go into ranked, I know everybody else has the exact same access to every card that the champion has at the exact same level and every single legendary as well. And so really down to the strategy of, am I picking the right strategy? Is my skill set better than the people I'm playing against? Versus like, oh, okay, well, that person's been grinding in the game for a long time, or that person has been doing this and that. That's why they're beating me.
Well, I mean, what about those moments? I'm sure we've been there where we've seen guys who are just jumping into rank, trying to get that experience, and go Celestial Touch. We've got 3 tanks. It's
I don't have it. I
haven't
have the
unlocked
essence
that.
for it, man. Yeah.
That's not a thing anymore as well.
No
So
longer.
in many ways, this is kind of helping to really create even, a realistically even fairer experience from a high level. And I think, Nick, you play a lot, and we don't have too much time to go on this more, but in terms of the diversity, you are not having the same diversity in terms of manipulation to the cards, but having every card and the maximum more points now.
Right.
I mean, it kind of opens up a lot of cards that weren't really...
Exactly. You can still bring in different cards, but they will always all be at the same level 3 point that everyone else has access to.
So level 3, something that wasn't worth it at level 1, maybe level 3 turns that into a pretty dang good card. Yeah. So there's a lot of diversity.
And with a new legendary, you never know what new builds are going to come
how it's going to synergize.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting coming through in OB64. Of course, we have the champion chest, which is just a way for you to, I believe, play daily and help with some wins to get champion-specific chests to get those cards.
So champion chests are going to be acquired currently through first win of the day and masteries. The way it's going to work is you can get 2 champion chests a day for up to 5 champions. So that's 10 champion chests a day, and it's going to give you 5 cards specifically for that champion. Whereas the Radiant chest is a little bit more of a broader sweep, kind of. It's going to kind of sprinkle out over the entire cast, but the champion's chest is like your specific, like, I want to rank up all the cards for this guy right here.
Got it. Well, of course, rank 3. If you own cards, how does this work in terms of having all these cards and this system happening for players who have already collected them?
Now, obviously, it's a big system change, and like you're like, oh, if you start everyone at rank 1 in the new system, then it's technically everyone's starting at the same time. But we realize that a lot of time and effort has gone into people kind of building up these cards, gathering the essence, going through the old essence system to fill out their loadouts. So what we want to do is just kind of appreciate the effort that went in there, and then just immediately kind of bypass a lot of the earlier stages of kind of card upgrading and just give it so everyone. If you own a card right now and you own a legendary right now in current live, it's just going to be immediately set on the patch rollover to rank 3 of it. So you don't have to upgrade up through kind of all those steps.
Got it. Got it. And in the quick play, so really just to break this down before we head into the balance as well, and of course the patch notes have a lot more of a detailed look at this where you can kind of itemize exactly which changes, see all the new legendaries coming in. If you want to play ranked in this new system, it's going to be pretty much fairer than it was before and give you many optimization looks, but maybe in a slightly different way, not across the points of the card, but across a lot of different cards that'll be synergizing with that new legendary. And of course, quick play, replacing casual, is going to give you and your friends, of course, logging in the chance to experience every card, every legendary, and take it even more over the top and a fun experience for you guys as you're enjoying yourselves in the realm. I got it?
You got it.
I got it. All right, guys. Well, again, check that out. Of course, we got to move into balance. There's still a lot more happening, and again, more on that in the patchnotesforums.com/paladins if you guys want to check those itemized coming out a little bit later today. Of course, Nick, let's talk about it. Not too much to talk about, but let's get into it quickly. General. Movement speed from abilities Hustle and Prowl will now properly diminish with other movement speed effects.
Yep, and I think the big theme here is a lot of balance is obviously going to change with a lot of these. So a lot of these balance changes are not really card focused, and there are things to go along with the new card system, but we're going to kind of let the balance just see where it lands after the majority of the whole game has been shaken up.
Absolutely. Resilience. Let's talk about this. Resilience and other crowd control reduction effects have been modified. They will now reduce the duration of crowd control and effects by the indicated percentage and no longer reach that minimum threshold of half a second unless you're polymorph, which still has its 2-second duration. I feel like, isn't it strange that no matter what changes, the only thing that stays consistent is that Pip's ultimate lasts for 2 seconds?
Yeah, it's kind of like, unless
what
otherwise
I'd give to be a chicken
stated,
in the realm.
Exactly. So before, there were very few CCs that were actually doing everything because every CC had a minimum 0.5 seconds duration unless otherwise stated, like the Pip ultimate, for example. So now, you know, you take a 2-second fear or a 1-second stun, 90% resilience 3, it's going to be 90% of that stun. You'll only be stunned for 0.1 of the full 1-second duration.
That's like a very big change. And resilience even getting that much more value coming through. Buck, let's talk about him. He's getting some changes to his shotgun. He's seeing an actual reduction in the amount of damage per shot, but an overall increase to his ammo capacity from 4 to 5. His shot dropping down from 800 to 700 in this patch.
And this was primarily to go along with the card change. That kind of brought his, his ammo count from 1 to 5.
Exactly. Cassie, let's talk to her. Addressed an issue where sometimes Cassie's projectile sounds could get stuck on. So I guess that issue has been addressed.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. We fixed it. Me and Nick, we both fixed it ourselves. Remember who gets the credit. Drogos, Fire Spit. This is seeing a projectile speed increase from 40 to 60. You've got some insider info as to why that's happening.
Basically, yeah. So with the card systems being reworked, there was a lot of cards that didn't necessarily make sense on a 1 through 5 scale. Fire Spit has always kind of been that way, where most people take it at either not at all or at level 1. And I think most people are comfortable with it at level 1 at this point. So I think Fire Spit is going to be completely reworked. And then basically we move the base movement speed of Fire Spit to be where the old lung capacity 1 card would have put you, which is what most people would run, and all the pros run at basically that level.
Yeah, that's a standard one right there. Pip, he also gets that polymorph 2-second duration still added to his kit, so he'll stay strong. But his potion launcher also having a self-damage reduction from 400 to 200, so doing less.
Nutty, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Kind of caught off guard by it. I was like, wow, it actually does a lot of self-damage.
That's a lot.
If you shoot it at your feet, so cutting that in half.
All right, Vivian, let's talk about her. She's the big talk of the town right now. Those shields, but no touch to that this time around. It's the LMG that gets the little bit of the nerf bat here. So 200 to 170. She'll be swinging per bullet quite a lot less here heading into next patch.
Yeah, remember she did just get hotfix nerfed. The shield HP as well as her base HP, so reducing her damage. I would justify this one, but I think everyone's probably cool with it.
I think everybody's cool with it as well. Fixed a bug where Sentinel's explosion radius was larger than it appeared. So that means that actually people were getting exploded on when they weren't looking like they were getting exploded on.
Yeah, it was about I think the comparison I was given was an explosive blast from a Pip, and now it's down to more the size of about a Drogos rocket splash.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big explosive blast. It's quite big.
Yeah.
That's quite big. Okay. Well, we're really excited about those balance notes, of course, with the cards. Nick prefaced this earlier, and I'll preface this towards the end, that we just kind of are looking at more of similar, smaller changes to adjust some of these champions base and letting the cards kind of out. They're wild running like horses on the fields. So we'll worry about that next patch as well. You guys keep experimenting. We're back with the full desk. No Alyssa this time around. Thomas, you didn't transform.
I didn't transform. It's still me.
You still you use your winter magic to set up our desk and to give us all those cool skins that we talked about. But you still have something really exciting, pretty magical that's upcoming.
I do. So we talk about a lot about community. Obviously, we have a lot of involvement with them through the development of the game. Both on the art side, the design side, and esports, and throughout it. And so, as we mentioned with the sprays, and as you see with the Sarah skin, I did want to give an update to basically the community project that we've already started again. So we had a ton of people vote in, and we do have a winner. And so I just wanted to give a quick update. I'm not revealing it this patch preview, but we will be revealing it next patch preview. And so, and I think because of the holiday, the longer PTS and stuff, it's like next week. So it's actually not that far off. But the reason for that is our concept artists are working hard. We've got some themes that we're putting together and some visuals. That's and right. So when we announce the winner, we'll also be presenting, similar to Ceres, a number of different themes to kind of pull from.
Got it.
And then we'll do a poll and see which one the players want, and then we'll announce that with the concept art at probably HRX. So yeah, so it should be a pretty good, pretty fun thing. But I do apologize for the delay. I know everybody's like, I get messaged on Twitter like every day. Is like, who is it? Who is it? Is it this? Is it this? And so it's going to be soon. But to make up for that, Saris, we gave you 4 options for this new champion. I almost said the name. For this wow.
That would
almost
fit your character.
spoiled something.
Yeah, that would fit you pretty well, actually.
So anyway, for this new champion skin that we're doing, we're actually giving you 5. So you get 1 extra theme thrown in there, and they're all awesome. These are really, really amazing kind of themes that the art team has kind of settled on, and I'm excited to share them. So dope.
Well, it's pretty exciting stuff here coming through in OB64. I did want to just also relay you guys to a Q&A that we'll be doing on Reddit, and that is going to be at 2:30. You guys have a chance to go ahead and talk to some of the high-res community managers here about some of the new changes in OB64, quick play, ranked mode, these new cards, unbound system that's coming through. So make sure to head over to Reddit and the Paladins Reddit specifically to get your questions answered and see what other people are talking about, asking about, and get some more clarity on this, as well as forums.paladins.com, where you will have the patch notes published later today. There's also one thing I want to talk about before I talk about it, because that's the last thing I want to throw to. PTS, that coming up today?
Maybe tomorrow?
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe today?
Okay.
It's a big patch, guys, so we got a lot of stuff we're trying to get into it. So we'll let you know when it's up.
Okay, great. So we'll have PTS up as soon as possible. I'm sure we'll tweet it out. You guys make sure to follow us on all our channels. But Nick, coming up right after that, like immediately after this, there's a Mixer show going on. Ooh. I want you to talk to us about what's that involved.
Basically, we're going to be breaking down the 4 teams that have qualified for the console wars at HRX, which is the console half. We've got our PC players; they've been qualifying recently, but we've also had the PCS going on.
That's right.
On Mixer, and that's a really fun thing that we've kind of been doing alongside a lot of the PC stuff. Happens on the weekend, guys, kind of earlier on in the morning before the PPL, if you're even up that early.
I don't know. We have to be.
I know how gamers can be.
Yeah, exactly. Late night.
Myself included.
Doesn't translate into early morning. Late night, early morning. I was like, late to bed, early to rise, leaves a man tired with bloodshot eyes. That's what I was thinking about this morning. I was like, that's a nice little change up of the adage of being healthy. But of course, that's happening right after this. So go to mixer.com/Paladins game, I believe, or /Paladins. Nick tweeted it out, so follow his profile and see where that's coming on. That's coming on right after this, guys. That's been OB64. We hope you have enjoyed this patch notes preview show. Of course, this is heading into the realm for PTS either tonight or tomorrow, most likely. So stay tuned. Test these out. You'll see the streams coming, the videos happening. Go to the 2:30 Reddit Q&A and stay for this Mixer show talking about all the console wars teams happening soon. My name's Randy. That's Hi-Rez Pretty Hair. That's Hi-Rez Martini. That's Hi-Rez Holt. From all of us here, happy holidays. We'll see you next patch. And as always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming. We'll see you in the realm.